Give me one large pizza and make it fast.
Sure, that'll be $13.99.
$13.99? Are you serious? I want a discount, and that pizza better be good.
Tell you what, I'll give you a discount, all right, and a little something extra in that pizza. r/EntitledParents. Our first story we'll be reading today. Be a nasty person to the person making your pizza. Get a nice surprise in it. From user Microwave. After that, entitled mother tries to ruin my husband and my reputation. Gets hers ruined instead. From user Delina Rose. After that, I'm worried my parents are entitled. From user J Dino. And then we'll be wrapping up with entitled mom gets malicious compliance. From user RoosterBlue72. Thank you so much to our authors for letting us read your stories. And if you're an author who would like me to read your stories next, please submit them to the r/Mr. Reddit subreddit. And if you're new, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications for new stories every single day. Be a nasty person to the person making your pizza. Get a nice surprise in it. Hello, Mr. Reddit and the Re-Army. I have a petty, maybe pro, revenge story for you today. Note, I'm on mobile, formatting, yada yada. English is my first language. This story takes place in the late 80s and is not my story, it is my dad's. He was in college and worked at a place that we'll call Japa Pawns. There was this dude on campus that was the literal definition of a massive jerk. He would mess with the ladies, he would punch guys, and was overall a massive jerk. So one day, he goes into the Japa Pawns that my dad worked at. The dialogue is not exact, due to it being 30 years old. Mr. Reddit, or any other YouTuber who may read this, you have my permission, as long as you leave a link to the video in the comments. Our cast. We've got Ethan, my dad, not his real name. We've got Brad, the jerk. And we've got the cool coworker. We've got the manager. Dad. Hi, welcome to Japa Pawns. How may I help you today? Brad.
It's you.
Dad and Brad were nemesis.
Can you get me an extra large pepperoni pizza?
Sure, that will be $13.99.
$13.99? Are you serious? That's way too much. Give me a discount.
Note, my father is a short-tempered man and takes crap from no one. And why should I do that?
Because I'm the customer, and the customer is always right. If you do not lower the price right this instant, I will get you fired.
Dad rolls his eyes. Fine, whatever. $9.99. Brad scoffs.
Much better, and you better make it spiffy.
Dad walks back to the kitchen and informs cool coworker of the situation. Cool coworker. Great, it's Brad again, isn't it? Yup, it's him. Cool coworker suddenly looks pleased. Oh yeah, I've been waiting for this. Just go back and tell him that it will be a while. Okay. Goes back to the kitchen. Hey, Brad. Brad looks up from his magazine.
What is it?
Your order's gonna take a little longer than usual, okay?
What? What do you mean? I want to speak to the manager.
Manager from the back.
What's going on?
I told. Brad interrupts him.
Yes, finally. This.
Insert many really bad words that an Irishman wouldn't even say.
Said I was a jerk and said he would make sure that my order would be really long.
Manager. I've been sitting in my office. I heard the whole thing. Just sit down. Brad grumbles and sits back down. After about 30 minutes, Brad's pizza is ready. Dad, holding Brad's pizza. Hey, Brad, pizza's ready.
About time.
Brad sits down, takes a slice, chews for a second, and then immediately throws up all over the Japa Pawns. Turns out, cool coworker had put dead roaches in Brad's pizza. Burnt dead roaches. Safe to say, Brad never came back to that Japa Ponds. Cool coworker and dad did get a write-up, but the manager said that, personally, he thought it was hilarious. But corporate policy overrules the lowly management. Next we've got Entitled Mother Tries to Ruin My Husband and My Reputation, Gets Hers Ruined Instead. Hey, Mr. Reddit and Re-Army. Until my friend brought this woman up today, I had forgotten her. Thought you all would like to hear the story. For the backstory, this woman and myself were friends in high school. She wiggled herself into a relationship with another friend. It was messy, but ultimately none of my business. I became homeless after high school and went to Job Corps, so lost touch with them for a time. Flash forward to after Job Corps, and I have a job and apartment. They contact me because they were homeless, plan to go to Job Corps, and only need a place for 2 weeks apparently. They were there a month, and in that time, she found out she was pregnant. They moved my remaining boxes into a large walk-in, which made them hard to access, dyed their hair purple, and left the mess until I got home and asked them to clean it. It stained the walls, sink, floors, and cupboards. Invited someone over while I was sleeping because I worked night shift, and when I asked why I wasn't informed, they said it was because I'd say no. Tried to get more expensive food when I offered to pay because she was pregnant, and finally tried to convince me to postpone my birthday party I warned her 2 weeks in advance about because she couldn't find a place to stay the night and she was pregnant. Finally, they left for Job Corps themselves. Sorry for the long backstory. Here is the cast. We've got Entitled Mom, we've got Sweet Kid, we've got me, and we've got Amazing Hubby. Now for the story. So years after the apartment thing, I noticed Entitled Mom and Sweet Kid are bouncing around homes, and she always had a sob story. Her and baby daddy are no longer together, and she blames almost everything on him. I'm used to her drama. She makes a post about how she is going to be homeless with her kid. Now her kid is super sweet and was 4 at this time. Even though I am apprehensive about her, I shuddered to think about that boy homeless. So I talk with Awesome Hubby and our roommate, and we agree on 2 days. She is thanking me and promised she can figure something out in that time. Unfortunately, I see her chatting with friends and myself about how hard motherhood is and how horrible her baby daddy is. Meanwhile, she interacts with her kid as little as possible. It then starts to hit that I have never seen her interact with her son in a real way, mostly just moaning at him to stop whatever bad behavior he is doing while looking at her phone or setting up TV for him. On the 2nd day, she convinced us to let her stay another night. Then I see a post afterwards that said something like, "I'm being forced out of my place." It was new. I was confused, but figured she would be gone the next day. The next day, she convinced my roommate and awesome husband to stay one more night. Meanwhile, we have been caring for Sweet Kid, who really just wanted human interaction. He starts following Awesome Hubby around because he is amazing with kids. That last night, to set some boundaries, we talk with her. Awesome Hubby. Entitled Mom, we need you to leave by 2 p.m. tomorrow. Yeah, I should have something by then. Next day, 1:45 p.m., she is sitting there watching TV with her son. Their stuff is still everywhere, and she does not look like she is planning on leaving. My husband doesn't take any bull, so he says, Entitled Mom, if you don't leave, I will have to call the cops. We still have 15 minutes. You are not even packed, and it didn't look like you were about to. I don't have anywhere to go. Me. Entitled Mom, I told you this was temporary, and you said it would be fine. You have to leave. I can't carry all my stuff looking for a place to stay. You can leave your stuff packed in our room until you find a place. You just can't stay the night. Fine. She packs and gets someone to pick her up, mean mugging us as she went. 2 days later, I ran into a friend I had met while homeless. They tell me that she was telling stories about how we kicked her out at 2 a.m., threatened to keep her belongings, and threatened to call the cops on her. They didn't believe her, so they asked me. I told them the story above, and it made them mad. This interaction happens with at least 5 other people. I also found out she is living on the streets now, so I call CPS. People start calling her on her lies. I didn't just call because of her housing, but it's when I saw Sweet Kid begging another lady to be his mom at 4 years old. She stays with other mooches now, and her son lives with her sister. She just posted about how you put your kid first, which is what reminded me about her. My friend shared it, and Sweet Kid's living situation with me. No one decent can stand her, and I'm just happy her kid is in a stable home. Sorry for the long post. Hope you enjoyed. Next we've got, I'm worried my parents are entitled. Hi, Mr. Reddit. I've been watching your vids for a little bit now and enjoy them. I don't know if this can be considered an entitled parent story, but I don't really know what else to describe my parents as. So, for some backstory, I'm 17 and from England. I live with my 2 older brothers. One is 21 and the other is 18, along with my parents who are both in their late 40s. I was diagnosed with high-functioning autism when I was 13, and my dad has had a brain tumor since I was 10 years old, meaning money was tight and life was and still is hard. Now, with that out of the way, I can begin. This isn't much of just one story that my parents have done. It's more like me recollecting the biggest details. The first was when I was planning my college years and my final year of secondary school. I wanted to do game design. My dad didn't, and one conversation went like this. Dad, I want to do something I enjoy instead of something I won't. I didn't ask for what you wanted to do. I prefer you do computer science at the same school your brothers went to. Well, too bad. I don't want to do that. Sorry, I'm gonna apply for college in my area. No, you know what? Go to your mother now. I go to my entitled mom. Why is entitled dad shouting at you? She says this while laying down in her bed. Because I want to do something I enjoy. Just listen to your father. Your autism may give you a one-track mind, but try and be optimistic. Note, they used my autism as an excuse more than I do. It annoys me to no end. Me, furiously. No. I go to my room. Eventually, I got to do game design, but I dropped out at the end of the year because they wanted to drop me a level for some reason. This next one happened when I was trying to go to the desktop to do some work. I go to the desktop and open up my work. Entitled Dad. Sit down! Me, getting on with an assignment. No. Yes! I turn to face entitled Dad. I'm gonna be doing my high concept document. You've had all week to do that. It's family time now. Me, aggressively because I was tired. No! Go to your mum now! Same song and dance as all other times. The final ones I'll talk about is what happened today. It was after dinner. I was setting up the desktop as my 3 dogs began barking. When Millie, a lightweight Yorkshire Terrier, jumps onto my dad, he shoves her off and hears a thud. Me, concerned for my dog. Dad! Entitled Dad turns to me, aggravated that I raised my voice to him. What? Why did you do that? What? You'd do the same. No, I wouldn't. Excuse me? I'm silent because I couldn't be asked. Dad tells Mom. Entitled Mom, tell him to buzz off. Entitled Mom. It was just a reaction. Leave him be. I'm silent, trying to not just throw something at my parents. An hour later in the kitchen, I tell Entitled Mom. What's Entitled Dad's problem? This isn't the first. She cuts me off. Drop it. He's sick. You know how his brain tumor affects his brain. What? Entitled Mom walks back in the living room, and I just stand there confused. This is the one that angers me the most because it just shows how much my parents don't actually listen to me. If my entitled mom would have let me finish, I would have said that this isn't the first time that entitled dad has prevented me from doing something, and how I believe that he still doesn't trust me to do anything by myself. But to her, it would have been a waste of time to hear because their alcohol was more important. Like I said, I don't really know if my parents are entitled, but I think they are. If my mother can use my autism as an excuse, my father can use his brain tumor, which he can control himself with, mind you, and I can't even get angry and be allowed to be left alone to calm down, which is my way of dealing with my stress, because in my dad's words, it's not his way of dealing with stress, even though his is to harass my brothers to get cigarettes and more drinks. Wake me up at 6 a.m., even on half terms and the summer holidays, and force everyone in his house to sit down and watch a stupid crime drama. I don't plan to leave until I'm around 22, so I'm stuck with them. And when I turn 18, I'm not getting them things like my brothers do. Mom is always in bed, and she can go and do it herself. And our final story of the day, entitled Mom Gets Malicious Compliance. Hi again, Reddit. I'm so glad you liked my last post, and hope you like this one too. I had to go to the airport today, and was reminded of the last time I ran into a wild Karen while working there. I hope you don't mind older stories. Sorry for grammar mistakes. Our cast. We've got me. We've got Karen. We've got Karen's nice mom, and the airline manager. So this happened about 2 years ago, and I was working for International Airlines as a ticket salesperson. As I was finishing up a sale, Karen came to me, her mother beside her in a wheelchair.
Excuse me?
Ma'am, you don't have to shout. Now, how can I help you?
Well, you seemed distracted. Anyway, I need a special seat for my mother.
Nice mom.
I broke my hip 2 days ago and can't leave this wheelchair.
Oh, of course. What's your flight information? They gave me everything, and it turned out that the seats they had should be handicapped accessible. Oh, it seems the seats you have should be fine, actually.
No, I need my mother to have more room. Give us better seats.
I will be fine with just a helper.
No, I want you in a nice seat.
Oh, an upgrade then. Sure, there's a couple of tickets left. Karen grins like she's won the lottery.
Perfect. Just give us the nicest seats.
Okay, that will be an additional $1,800. Would you like to pay in cash or card?
$1,800?
Yes, you did say the nicest seats.
No, I wanted a free upgrade.
Miss?
Free!
Yes, she basically read. I sigh and give my best smile. Let me go ask my manager.
Oh, please, you don't have to.
Good. Go tell him it's vital.
Sweetie, please, it's fine.
No, you deserve the best.
I shake my head, wondering how such a nice lady could be mom to such a Karen. I go tell my manager what's happening. He looks to them curiously. Awesome manager. So, she wants her mom in a nicer seat due to her injury. Yes, sir. Then give her mother the upgrade. She would only have to pay $800 due to senior discounts. Yes, but her daughter wants the seats free. My manager stares for a second and sighs annoyed. She wants 2 first-class international tickets for free? Okay, I will go get the tickets. Go tell Karen I have everything handled. I was blown away. I nodded and go back telling them my manager was getting things set up for them.
Good. My dear mother shouldn't be shoved into coach in her condition.
Oh, hush. I have traveled in worse conditions.
Nonsense. We should be in the nicest place for such a long flight.
I stood quietly as they talked. Soon my manager comes back and hands the nice woman her ticket personally. He says he will take her to the plane himself and be paying for the ticket himself. He then hands Karen the ticket to her original booked seat.
Wait, what is this?
You said to upgrade her due to her injury, so I upgraded her.
You can't separate us. It's a 15-hour trip.
You said yourself she shouldn't be in your original seats, so she isn't going to be.
No, I should go with her.
You are. You will be 2 rows behind her in coach.
No, no, no!
Karen, please hush. He did exactly what you asked him to.
But I want to be in first class too.
Then pay to be there, like everyone else. I stood there, trying not to laugh as Karen yelled about how unfair this was, about how he should pay for her too. He just kept rolling her mom, ignoring her. No idea if she kept throwing her fit at the terminal or on the plane, but I am so glad my manager handled it like a champ. I miss that man, but will never miss the Karens I met at the airport. Thanks for reading.
And congrats to our regenerals of the day, Tobias, Jennifer, Cassie, and Mark.
Become tomorrow's regenerals by dropping as many rees as you can in the comments below.